Thank you all for joining us here this afternoon. We're here for Senate Bill 2341 relating to respiratory therapists. You know, we do know in Hawaii there are 200,000 people with lung disease of some sort. And we know that we know someone that has asthma or emphysema or lung disease. I do know that as a child I had asthma. Of course, I grew out of it, but by licensing respiratory therapists, they are able to work outside of the hospital to settings where they are really needed, like hospices and community clinics and health centers. And so Hawaii did pass a law to require respiratory therapists practicing in the state to register and license. And I think more importantly, it assures that the people of Hawaii get the same quality of care from respiratory therapists when they need services. So it's a privilege for me to be able to sign Senate Bill 2341, which deletes the sunset provision and ensures that licensing will be an ongoing activity so that our consumers have the benefit of ensuring that their therapist meets all of the requirements and standards. And so Senate Bill 2341 becomes Act 14 of the 2016 session.
All right. We thank you. Goodness.
Thank you so much.
You know, on behalf of the Hawaii Society for Respiratory Care and all the respiratory care practitioners in Hawaii, we thank you and we thank the state of Hawaii. This has been a long time coming, as you know. We are the 49th state to be licensed. So we made it before Alaska. We're very excited about that. But maybe what you didn't know is prior to that, we had many of the people that lost their license in other states coming to Hawaii to work. So this is really a protection for the people of Hawaii. And we've been working on this for a long time. This is, for some of us, this was the third time around, and that was a charm. So about 30 plus years we've been working on licensure. Now when I say working on it, it might be just putting it on the agenda, but not really doing anything on it. But the last two attempts were a lot of effort, a lot of grassroots effort, a lot of support from everyone. And I just want to thank a lot of people that were instrumental in that process. Joan Loke, and then we have someone that you know very well, Renrick Tassel, Uncle Joe. I mean, without his support, and I think he was at every one of the sessions to testify in favor, because he was a patient with lung disease who Joan happened to connect with in her role as a respiratory therapist. So all we can say is thank you. You make Hawaii proud. You make us on par with all the other states in the country for providing professional health care, for protecting our patients. And the people that have been involved for the long run were Aaron Kosecki, Ed Borza, Junkin more recently, Val Chang, COPD Coalition, been with us for a long time. As I said, Joan Loke, Diane Brennesel, and Steve Werman. He's not, our HSRC president is not with us today because he's on the mainland, but he's actually been instrumental in this whole process all the way through. So again, we can't thank you enough. And we're delighted. We're absolutely delighted to be here today. Thank you again.
So we'll take maybe some photos. So maybe Representative